Hello, everybody. What's going on? This is Andrew, and today I'm back with some more of this Temur Aggro deck that we played yesterday. So, just as a recap, this deck is basically just a green-red aggressive deck that tries to beat you down, has a little bit of ramp in it, and it just tries to fight you. We've got Reckless Stormseeker, Moonveil Regent, and Goldspan Dragon as our biggest threats, alongside Asika's Chariot, and a bunch of good 2-drops. We've got 2 negates in the main deck, and 2 Disdainful Strokes in the sideboard, and that's what the blue is for. That's all the blue is for. It's just for a timely counterspell to make sure we don't lose the game, we don't get board wiped, stuff like that. In yesterday's build, I had some Renin 7s in the main deck. And while they were fine in the matches we played yesterday, I want to try a slightly different configuration because Renin 7 is not fantastic against the bounce spells that are becoming popular. Right? We've got Fading Hope and Divide by Zero, which just make this Treefolk go away, and then Renin 7 is exposed. So I'm going to keep 2 copies in the sideboard because I think Renin 7 is good against grindy non-blue decks and against the green decks. Renin 7 has a lot of value, but against the average blue deck, they can just bounce your one big token and then you're done. So what I'm doing instead is going up to the 4th Moonveil Regent because I think this card's very powerful, and I've always been impressed with this card. And I'm trying Arlen in the main deck. So yesterday we had a game where we had Arlen on the battlefield and Reckless Stormseeker on the battlefield. Our opponent didn't cast any spells, both flipped over, and then our opponent just conceded. So I want to try Arlen in the main deck. I added a 3rd Kessig Naturalist to the sideboard because I really want to lean into this like kind of werewolfy aggro sideboard plan to try to get under some of these blue decks. So the 4 Stormseekers, the 3 Naturalists in the sideboard, and the Arlen kind of play into that a little bit. It's not a huge amount of synergy, but it's a little synergy, and I think there's something there. I was really impressed with this card out of the sideboard yesterday, so I made room for it, and I'm trying a 3rd copy today. And that's about it. We're going to hop into a couple matches with this aggressive green-red deck and see what happens. All right, Dean Jr., let's battle. I won the die roll. I'd love to go first. And yeah, this hand looks great. We'll keep it. Force go. Mountain go, huh? I want to... I want to ramp into the Moonveil region, obviously. But Mountain Go scares me, so I think I'm just going to go Ranger class here. Okay, they didn't have anything. And they've got Egg. Okay, so I would have been fine to go for it. But here I can go Lotus Cobra. Play this on blue. Make red mana. Play Magda. And attack. And now we've got a bunch of mana creatures out, and hopefully we can just start overwhelming our opponent with our dragons. Another reason I wanted to play an 8th dragon, so 4 Moonveil, 4 Goldspan, is just to maximize the chances that we can... that Dragon's Fire can deal 4 damage. It's something I was thinking about a little bit also. So let's go to combat. Let's attack. And they probably have a counterspell here. But I still think I'm supposed to just try to jam Chariot. Yep. It's about what I expected to happen. Shock in Shatter Skull. Are they Shatter Skull smashing? No, just Dragon's Fire on Magda. Okay. And another one. Okay. No land there sucks. I guess we just level this up and attack. Yeah, we really needed to be able to play a Moonveil Regent last turn. It would have let us get this, get a blocker down and maybe compete, but without it, I think we're going to fall too far behind. Okay. Do they have land Prismari Command? Yeah, they do. So if they use this Prismari Command, they can kill my thing. Oh no, they're just going face. Okay. So we did find a land. So we're definitely still attacking. And then we're just going to play this Moonveil Regent. They've got 7 mana. They can Epiphany us. Deal 1 to you. If they have another spell, we're dead here. But if not, we kill them. Egg? Sure. Oh, and they decide not to attack. Okay. Let's see. We're definitely attacking. I'm trying to decide if I want to discard the Chariot to draw a card. I think so. So let's attack. Force a block on the egg. Play Moonveil Regent. Play Sentinel. Take action. Yeah. Stormseeker is a good draw. Better than the Chariot, I think. Mostly because it's cheaper. So now if I draw a removal spell off the top of my deck, I can cast them both. There's Epiphany. Yep. Their turn. I wonder if they flooded here. Do they not have anything else? I don't think so. Oh, they do. They have Shatter Skull Smashing, which is gonna kill me. Darn. That was really close. It needed to be, like, exactly Shatter Skull Smashing. Otherwise, I think I could have survived. Okay. Well, we're bringing in the Naturalists, the Heated Debate, and the Tangle Traps here. Probably the Strokes, too. We'll take out all the Sentinels, because that's what we did last time. And then I think I like the idea of cutting some of my 1 mana, or 1 toughness creatures. Magda... It's awkward because they're both good into Egg. Because Egg doesn't kill them and they can attack into it. But I think trimming on Lotus Cobras is probably the right thing to do. And just run it like this. That seems fine. Because Cobra dies to smashing is basically the reason. Yeah, I'll bring in a tracker for a Chariot, I think, also. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but tracker has 4 power a lot of the time. So it can attack through things, and it's a little cheaper than Chariot, which can matter. This is new territory for us. We haven't gone down the game yet. And that last game was kind of awkward, but we were still really close to winning that game. All This is a slow hand. I still think I keep it. We'll play Shatter Skull Smashing, or Shatter Skull, the Hammer Pass on one. Now I'm pretty happy just waiting on this one. I've got plenty of lands to do everything else I want to do. Yeah, there's their egg. Okay, we get to get down Tracker now. This is why I wanted this card in the deck. Attack for 4. Now it really, really, really seems like they have a counterspell here. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Leave up Cracking Clue plus negate. Yeah, let's crack the clue. Found another chariot, found a land. We'll put this on red. I think we just slam a chariot. It probably eats that sock coming. Yep. Next turn, we can hold up negate plus play a threat, which is going to be pretty good. Second egg makes me really happy I kept this Shatter Skull Smashing. This is a red land. Let's get Chariot down because it turns this into a 4-3 again. Now we'll negate the sock coming. We get to attack for 4. So Cinderclasm's going to deal 2 to everything, right? Yep. Okay. Ooh, Stormseeker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can pay 3 life. Yeah, okay. Play Stormseeker. Play Moonveil Regent. Crew Chariot with these 2 things. Then go to combat, give this haste, and attack. And let's see if that's good enough. Next turn, if I draw a land, smashing can kill both of their creatures. If I don't draw a land, there's a good chance I'm drawing a spell that can kill them. They need to have... They didn't play a land last turn. Okay, so this is going to deal 2 to something. Now I can deal 2 to them. So anything's lethal. And any spell they have is lethal. Can they kill me? Yeah, they can. Shoot. Maybe I should have used Shatter Skull Smashing last turn to kill just one of their dragons. That probably would have been a smarter play. Yeah, so I would have... I would have had to... I would have just played nothing, right? I would have just Shatter Skull Smashing to their dragon. and attacked. I guess since I didn't play a land, I should have known that they only had spells in their hand. And so I should have played it slower, because these things can kill you really fast. Okay, good beats. I played that last match a little fast and loose. Should have tried to slow down a little bit, and realized that I was fine. I didn't need to rush. But new match. We're gonna we're gonna think about the things we do this time. Our opponent leading on a Field of Ruin. Okay. And we can go Den, Ranger class. And then attack for 1. I'm guessing they have some sort of removal spell here, and that's why it's giving them priority. Sedgemoor Witch. Okay. What am I doing here? Let's attack for 2. And then I'll play Ranger class. And then I'll Dragonfire the Witch. Take action. I've got all these wolves now. I really don't want 1/1 pests slowing me down. Meat Hook for 2 is really good there. Well, I do get to start rebuilding a bit. Chariot into Moonveil Regent's a pretty good way to rebuild. Yeah, that Meat Hook was brutal. I haven't seen this deck that our opponent's playing before, so I'm not really sure what to play around. Like, part of me just wants to level up the 2 Ranger classes. Or at least one of them. Yeah, let's level up one of the Ranger classes. Crew the Chariot. And then attack. Fading Hope. Sure. I think I'm okay with that. I'll just play this tapped. Yeah, I think that's fine. Siphon Insight? Sure. Mm-hmm. Ooh, you know what? I kind of want to play this on blue. Normally I wouldn't try to get a second blue source, but they have Field of Ruins. So I think I do want to try to make sure I have access to a second blue source. I'm just going to play another Chariot here. Stroke. Yeah, I'll negate the Stroke. Chariot resolves. And then I can attack with my cats. One of them gets bigger. Yep. So Siphon Insight, they look at my deck and they draw one of the top 2 cards. So that's why my cards are in exile over there. Alright, go. Moonveil Regent is a great last card to have because it turns all my other cards into cards that cycle. So, shock in one of my Shatter Skull Smashes, and then just Shadow's Verdict. Sure. Moonveil Regent. True. And I think I'm just gonna level Ranger class again here. I don't think I need to hold up Dragon's Fire. Sure. They had a removal spell, so they were always gonna be able to get me there. Do they have another removal spell? That would be brutal. That I would be pretty sad about. No, they have an Imrith. So Imrith is a good card. Luckily, when I attack with this, it's going to become a 5 or a 6/6. So I think. Oh, and then Dragon's Fire can kill Imrith. Okay. Yeah, this is awesome. You're blocking, really? Sure. And then I think I'll just level a Ranger class. I think holding up the Dragon's Fire is kind of important. Yep. They have a Goldspan Dragon. Do I let them try to attack? Probably not. I think I will discard Sentinel to draw Lotus Cobra here. Yep, Meathook Massacre is doing its thing. See, do I even want to play Magda, or do I just like fire up Den of the Bugbear and attack? 6. Oh yeah, that's just lethal, right? Oh, they have a Fading Hope for my Moonveil Regent. That's annoying. Well, I still get to smack him down to 5. No, they can Field of Ruin. Yep, that's fine. I've got tons of basics. So I'll get a mountain. And then another Sedgemoor Witch. First things first, we'll attack with this. It's gonna be a 3/3. Ranger class is a messed up card. Yeah, they have to block. Sure. And then I'll play Moonveil. And Lotus Cobra. I will not use Moonveil Regent's ability, mostly because I have a second Moonveil Regent in my hand. And I guess our opponent's not technically dead. They can activate their Hive to block. Oh no, they are dead because of the Ranger class. Okay. I think this is a matchup where I want Disdainful Stroke for sure. And Kazakh Naturalist seems like what I want to be doing here. And I think, no, Ren 7 is not good, because I had a bunch of bounce stuff, didn't they? So in theory, Ranger class is worse against bounce, but it's also fine because the enchantment's left over. So I think against control decks, like I've been doing, I'm cutting the Jaspera Sentinel. And I think I'm going to trim like a Lotus Cobra. Maybe I want the Tangled Traps because I saw Imrith. And I was only able to fight through Imrith last time because my Moonveil Regent got big enough. Yeah, I think I'll trim 2 Dragonfires for 2 Tangle Traps. I'll leave 1 in. We saw a creature land from our opponent. But otherwise, I think the Tangle Traps are going to do what I want them to do. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can keep a second Dragonfire in the deck, but I don't think so. I think I like everything else here. Okay. Our opponent's playing some blue-black control deck with Sedgemoor Witch and Imrith. And we're going to try to beat him down. I think we keep this. It's a little awkward because we only have 1 real threat. And drawing a land there was not what I wanted to do at all. Haul. Okay. Chariot's a nice follow-up, though. Sure. They had disruptions in their deck. I don't think we saw a single disruption from them last game. Duress, they get to take the Chariot now. Nice. Just another land's not really what I wanted. Maybe this Den of the Bugbear can go the distance? Never mind. We'll put this on blue and pass. Can't even activate Den yet. Yep, they can Deluge. Okay, Chariot's interesting. Trying to figure out if I'm supposed to run Goldspan Dragon into the counterspell that they definitely have. I think so, because I'm going to have to play through it eventually. Yep. Yeah, them getting to double spell here is kind of bad for me, good for them. Whenever you can cast 2 spells and your opponent's just casting 1, you're feeling like you're in a pretty good spot. There's my Kessig Naturalist. Let's run out Chariot. Probably gonna eat another counterspell. Oh no. Okay. Well, we've got something going. It's not a great something, but it is a something. And they're just gonna Siphon Insight again? Sure. And they've got these Hall of Storm Giants, which are going to be a pain to deal with. They're attacking. I think I'll just take 2. My plan is to crew Chariot, so... Okay, and there is the Imrith that we figured they had. So this has Ward 4 as long as it's untapped. Ooh, Arlen. This has Ward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I could pay for it. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to try to just kill Imrith here? They have 2 mana up. Makes it seem like this shouldn't work. But yeah, we'll go for it. We'll pay your tax. This could be my negate. Yeah. Well, luckily they they did it before I paid, so I don't have to pay. Let's see. Am I playing Arlen? I think so. So here's the thing. I'm gonna make some more tokens. And then say no attacks. If they want to kill Arlen, they're gonna have to not attack me. This only triggers if they deal damage to me. And it gives me more fodder for Chariot. Yeah, see, now Imrith is tapped. Tapped Imrith is good for me. And they're not drawing any cards.
Now the wilds are threatened.
Meat Hook Massacre for X equals 2. Yep. Now there's a chance that this is going to get counterspelled, but if it doesn't, I have just 5. Sweet. Okay. We are still in this. It doesn't look great for us, but we are still in this. Our spells just haven't quite lined up the way we would hope they would. You know, we've drawn counter spells on turns, and when we really wanted to have creatures, we've drawn way too many lands. But they're tapping out here. So like if we can just attack with Den of the Bugbear here, or if we find a good spell. Does that count as a good spell? It's a spell. So we can play this and activate Den of the Bugbear. And now we can crew the Chariot, but I think we just want to attack with Den to get a token. Okay. This costs 6 to activate, right? And they're not even going to try. They're just playing Sedgemoor Witch. Reasonable, I suppose. What if I just play Goldspan Dragon? Here's Goldspan Dragon. This card's good. What are they going to do about it? They're just Field of Ruining. Sure. Still got a bunch of forests to get, so that's fine. Let's go to combat. Go to attackers. These 2 attack. I make a bunch of mana. Yep, they're doing Meat Hook stuff. I have infinite mana with these treasure tokens, though. And they'll just chump block, sure. Oh, and that combos with Meat Hook really well, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, well. Our opponent's definitely ahead. But I think we've got draws that keep us in this game. The Hall of Storm Giants is going to kill us pretty quick, though. So there is that we need to worry about a little bit. We'll chump with the Goblin this turn. Now it's nighttime. But drawing a land there's probably gonna do it for us. Land is not what we needed. They get to attack us for 10 here. We're at 2. Sure. Go blank and exile in the graveyard. Yep. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Okay. So the way that game played out, I kind of want like the Briarbridge Tracker and the Ren and Sevens instead of the rest of these Lotus Cobras. Like, of course, having a really aggressive draw is important. But I want to be able to do stuff later on in the game, too. And, like, I've still got the Naturalists and the Magda to help ramp. I don't know. They have so many 2-for-1s and stuff like that I just want to be able to keep up. And I feel like Tracker and Ren and 7 help me keep up in that battle. Yeah, I want to try that. And maybe, you know, maybe our opponent here casts a Fading Hope on my Treefolk token and really gets me. But I think there's a chance that this change is going to be really good. Yeah, this hand's great. This hand's really good, actually. So we get to play Shatter Skull tapped on turn 1. Then Naturalist on 2. And they didn't do anything. Am I disruptioning or just trying to cast a Moonveil Regent? Or am I playing into a disruption? I think I'm just going to try to cast a Moonveil Regent. Okay, they did have the disruption. I'm glad I played this way. Duress. You got it. You can take my Dragon's Fire. Don't need that one. And an untapped land would be great here so I can play around Disruption. Yeah. So now I can just slam Reckless Stormseeker and be pretty happy about it. Or, I should say, Storm Charged Slasher is hitting the battlefield, giving itself Trample and Haste. And all they've got is Fading Hope. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't recast anything this turn, but still pretty okay about just hitting them for damage, making their life a little awkward. Is it Stormseeker again? Or is it just Goldspan Dragon time? I think it's Goldspan Dragon time. If this resolves, it's insane, and I can cast this post-combat. Yeah. So this is why I went with Goldspan Dragon. My guess was that they were going to try to Deluge this turn, which is what they did. So I wanted to make sure to cast something good. And actually, I'm not even going to cast the Stormseeker now. I'm just going to chill. Because they don't want to play into a meat hook. They could meat hook for 3 next turn and kill both my wolves. But yeah, my guess was on turn 4 they were going to try to deluge, which they did. And so I got to do the thing. So let's see here. I can put this on red. I can play Moonveil Regent and then play Stormseeker to draw a card. Sure. I'll still play this. And they still die. Look at that. The aggro them out plan worked perfectly. Good game. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together, and those werewolves worked so good together. Awesome. This Kessig Naturalist out of the sideboard is really good. It continues to ramp you, and it plays really well with the Stormseeker, which is a card I already really like. Yeah. So, wrap-up time. I like this deck a lot. I like how it has a few ramp things, which also are just creatures that play to the board early, so you can keep up against like mono white or mono green maybe, and it lets you put a little bit of pressure on the control decks too while still ramping. I think that's really cool. And then this top end package of the dragons and Reckless Stormseeker is really good, and Stormseeker plays really well with Chariot too. I think these cards at the top are really nice. Arlen, I think, is good. I don't know if she belongs in the main deck or not. I think for now I'll keep her in, because I'm scared of Fading Hope. Like, Fading Hope on Arlen's not as bad as, for me, as Fading Hope against Red and 7. And Arlen's a little cheaper. The Naturalists were insane this matchup. I really like these. You could probably play some of them in the main deck if you're playing all 4 Reckless Stormseekers and the Arlen. I'm just not sure. Like, I think overall, Lotus Cobra is better. Like, this is just the stronger card. But maybe you can play the Naturalists in the main deck instead of the Lotus Cobras. Because we want to be attacking anyways. But yeah, this deck's great. I can't play in the Arena Open this weekend. I wish I could. I've got plans. Not going to happen. But if I was playing in the Open, I would play this deck. I'm expecting a lot of people to play the Is It Dragons deck or the Mono Green deck. And I think this deck kind of hits a sweet spot right in between the two, where you've got just enough disruption to disrupt the Dragons deck, and you're fast enough and big enough to keep up with the green deck. Yeah, I think this deck's great. I would keep working on it. I'd play a couple matches with the Naturalists in the main deck instead of Cobra, see if that's a direction we want to go or not. I could see it working. I could see it not being as good. Both results are fine, but I'd try that out. And yeah, I'd register something just like this for the Open tomorrow. But that's not going to be me. Maybe somebody else watching this will find this video useful in preparation for the Open. I hope so. I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.